So I lost my train of thought there. So you're talking about servant leadership. So
Mm.
that means you're at service to the people that you work for. So rather than like, just tell me if I'm wrong here, but rather than you being like, everyone follow my rules, like one, two, three, do this. You're like, how can I serve you? What can I do for you? Is that an accurate representation of that?
Yeah, very much, very spot on. It's because I guess I consider everyone I work with, if they're adult, to be adult, and I think people can make decision and choices and accountability by
Mhm.
empowering them and enable them. But like in my personal view and what I experience through my work is it's really building that self-efficacy and accountability and even motivation, because not many of us like to be told what to do. I think we innately have that aversion. As soon as someone tell us that we need to or must do something, like, we lose motivation. If anything, perhaps trying to do something else. So empowering people and what do you need to succeed? That's my approach. And in my coaching business, that's what we explore with other leaders as well.
Mm. So what do you do instead then of telling someone what to do?
Yeah, I ask them, like, it's a very simple sort of uh, turning it other way around.
Mm.
I mean, in any organization and wherever you are, it means obviously certain, I suppose, goals. There is a reason everyone is there, and so I think sometimes people don't understand what's their position, what I'm here to do. What's my purpose as a team, as an individual. And I think getting a bit beyond that surface and really engaging in a conversation. So this is what we need to do. What do you think you need to do to get there? What support do you need? Are there any, I suppose, skill gaps or whatever that might be to help you get there?
So it sounds like it's not just purely, your communication style, but it's also, like you mentioned some questions there, which I acknowledge, but it's also got to do with awareness from a logistical point of view of like what people are doing. So I'm going
Mm,
to go ahead and assume, and tell me if I'm wrong here. It's going to be, so first and foremost, there needs to be like, here are your roles. Like, here's what you're, and I'm stripping it back all the way because someone who's out there listening right now who is, just starting a business and they've got maybe, three or four people in their team, or maybe they're got 15, 20. I think that one of the key things that might be missing is that they don't create proper KPIs and updating, what that person's supposed to be doing. So it starts there, right?
mhm. Ah, Clarity, it's so important, and that comes under umbrella of communication. It's not about what we say; it's about what people on the other side, what message they take away. So we can, in our mind, be so clear and concise. But a good way to do that is confirm with the individual: are you on the same page? Um, I mean. Reverting back to my students, when I deliver lecture, quite often when we talk about self-awareness, which is part of leadership, which is important factor for leadership, we um, and I just put in a perspective, say, well, I might say the same sentence to all of you. Each of you might perceive it differently or understand it differently. Sort of because we have some, I suppose, prior knowledge, prior concept of particular topic, and fit that whatever we hear or see, we try to fit that with existing concepts, and that could influence how we perceive the message. So yeah, that clarity on the leadership side, it's so important, and not just assuming that people might get the right message, but checking with them all the time.